Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're embarking on, well, a really fascinating deep dive. We're bringing together two incredibly powerful yet, very different stories.
hmm Seemingly quite different on the surface.
Exactly. Our sources today are drawn from ancient texts. We've got passages from Exodus and the Psalms.
Right, and some really compelling parables from the Gospel of Matthew, too.
Yeah, and some additional reflections that kind of help us connect the dots. Our mission really is to pull out the key insights from these narratives.
Exploring human nature, I suppose, and how change actually happens.
Yes, and what makes for, like, true impact. Unexpected ways, maybe.
Okay, so where do we start?
Well, we begin by plunging right into a really dramatic moment. High-stakes stuff. Imagine Moses descending Mount Sinai. He's carrying these two stone tablets.
And these aren't just any stones, right? That the text makes a point of that.
No, exactly. Our sources say they were inscribed on both sides, front and back.
Yeah.
And crucially, tablets that were made by God, having inscriptions on them, they were engraved by God himself.
Wow. So divinely authored, essentially.
Right. And as he gets near the camp, Joshua hears something. He thinks it's the sound of battle.
Understandable, maybe. Lots of people.
Maybe. But Moses, he has this sharp perception, the text says. He immediately identifies it as cries of revelry, partying.
Ah, not war, but celebration. That must have been confusing or maybe alarming.
Alarming is probably right, because here's where the tension really builds. As Moses gets closer, he sees it. The calf and the dancing.
Golden calf, oh boy.
Yeah, and with that, his wrath flared up, just
Okay.
like that. And it leads him to dramatically throw the tablets down, smashes them on the base of the mountain.
That's such an intense, immediate reaction. It's more than just anger, isn't it?
It feels like it.
It's like this profound act of breaking something sacred, almost mirroring the broken trust he's seeing.
That's a good way to put it. The people had made this false idol, right? They violated their covenant.
Yeah, that foundational agreement, that sacred promise they had. And the text then describes how Moses deals with the calf itself.
Oh yeah, get this. He took the golden calf, fused it in the fire, and then ground it down to powder.
Okay, intense.
But then he scattered on the water and made the children of Israel drink.
Whoa, talk
Uh-huh.
about making them literally swallow their mistake.
Really?
That's a graphic.
A truly potent symbolic act. And what follows is this really revealing confrontation. Moses and Aaron.
His brother, who is left in charge.
Right. Moses demands, "What did this people ever do to you that you should lead them into so grave a sin?"
A fair question.
And Aaron's defense is, well, it's quite striking, almost comically weak, you could say.
What does he say?
He starts with, "Let not my Lord be angry. You know well enough how prone the people are to evil."
Ah, the classic, it's not my fault, they're just bad defense.
Pretty much. He claims that the people demanded a god because, they didn't know what happened to Moses up on the mountain.
Okay, blaming the crowd's impatience.
And then comes this memorable line. He explains, basically, "I threw the gold into the fire, and this calf came out."
Wait, what? Just like that? Poof, a calf.
That's how he tells it.
It's such a classic, almost archetypal human tendency, isn't it? Deflecting blame,
Totally.
as if the idol just sort of spontaneously generated itself. This incident, even though it's from ancient scripture, it still perfectly illustrates how quickly people can lose patience.
Forget profound experiences, too.
Exactly, especially when a leader is, like, out of sight.
Yeah.
So the next day, Moses confronts the people, calls it a grave sin.
Mm-hmm. And he commits to making atonement for them.
Right.
He wants to make amends, reconcile them.
Right. And so he goes back to the Lord and he offers this deeply personal plea. It's quite moving.
What does he say?
He says, this people has indeed committed a grave sin in making a god of gold for themselves. If you would only forgive their sin, if you will not, then strike me out of the book that you have written.
Wow. That's an astonishing level of empathy and self-sacrifice from a leader.
It really is. He's willing to take the hit himself.
So what's the response?
Well, the response from the divine source is very precise. It's, him only who has sinned against me will I strike out of my book.
So personal responsibility is key.
Seems so. And then Moses is instructed to lead the people forward. There's a promise that his angel will go before them.
Okay, so there's still guidance.
Yes, but there's also this clear statement, when it is time for me to punish, I will punish them for their sin. So consequences are still coming.
Right. Accountability isn't just wiped away.
Exactly. And this whole powerful narrative from Exodus. It's echoed in the Psalms, too, you know, those ancient songs and poems.
Hmm.
One particular psalm really highlights this. It says how our fathers made a calf in Horeb and adored a molten image. They exchanged their glory for the image of a grass-eating bullock.
Oof, grass-eating bullock. That's quite a downgrade.
It emphasizes the folly, right? It reminds us that they forgot the God who had saved them, who had done great deeds in Egypt.
Forgetting seems to be a major theme here.
Absolutely. And that psalm also emphasizes Moses' crucial role. It says he withstood him in the breach to turn back his destructive wrath.
He stood in the gap.
Yeah, like a mediator, bravely standing there to prevent, total disaster. So this whole segment, it just powerfully shows us the immediate explosive consequences of impatience, of forgetting, of seeking these quick, easy alternatives.
Yeah, it's a profound look at collective human error, I guess, and the immense stakes involved.
Definitely.
So we've just explored this really explosive, dramatic story.
Yeah.
Consequences, leadership, collective failure, all that.
Big dramatic actions and reactions.
Right. But what about positive change?
Yeah.
Transformative impact. Does
Right.
it always have to be so, well, loud? Or can profound change actually emerge from quieter beginnings?
That's a great question. It leads us somewhere else entirely, doesn't it?
It does. This brings us to a different kind of wisdom. One found in maybe more subtle observations, powerful metaphors.
The parables.
Exactly. Our deep dive now moves into the realm of parables, specifically those Jesus shared with the crowds. These are recorded in the Gospel of Matthew. He described the kingdom of heaven, which is often understood as, a state of being or maybe a community where divine principles are at work.
Right. Not just a place, but a way things operate under God's influence.
Yes. He described it as being like a mustard seed that a person took and sowed in a field.
The mustard seed. Tiny thing.
Right. It is the smallest of all the seeds, the text says, yet when full grown, it is the largest of plants. It becomes a large bush, and the birds of the sky come and dwell in its branches.
From tiny seed to huge sheltering plant.
Mm-hmm. And then he offered another parable, comparing this same spiritual realm, this kingdom, to yeast that a woman took and mixed with 3 measures of wheat flour until the whole batch was leavened.
Yeast. Also small, hidden, but it transforms the whole lump of dough.
Exactly. And these ancient texts also emphasize that Jesus spoke only in parables to the crowds.
Right, fulfilling a kind of prophetic tradition. The text quotes, "I will open my mouth in parables. I will announce what has lain hidden from the foundation of the world."
So using these simple, everyday analogies to get at deeper truths.
Mm-hmm. Things that weren't obvious before.
And when we step back, what's really insightful from our sources is why. Why compare this profound spiritual reality to these really small, unassuming things, the mustard seed, the yeast?
Well, the reflection points out it's because they are both small yet powerfully transformative.
Small but powerful. That's the key, isn't it?
Yeah. It reminds us that God's work often begins quietly and grows beyond what we can imagine.
That's a really vital takeaway for us today, I think. It suggests that our smallest acts, maybe faith, love, kindness, they can actually make a lasting impact.
We're encouraged to trust that even the little we offer, God will use for something great.
It's an idea you see elsewhere too, right?
Yeah.
This idea of being first fruits, like the initial best part of creation, having this potential for growth and influence.
Exactly. It connects to that sense of inherent potential, even in what seems small.
So it's really striking to contrast these two narratives we've looked at.
It really is, isn't it? On one hand, you have the golden calf, immediate monumental sin, dramatic far-reaching consequences. It's a story of rapid downfall and disruption.
Total chaos, almost instantaneous.
Yeah. And then on the other hand, you have the quiet, almost imperceptible beginnings of the mustard seed in the yeast.
Leading to this vast, encompassing growth.
Right. So while one narrative illustrates the destructive power of collective human error, maybe impatience, and the need for atonement,
the other reveals this incredible transformative power that comes from humble, often unseen origins.
Small beginnings, huge outcomes.
So thinking about all this, it raises a pretty important question for you, the listener, to consider. How do these two narratives, one of a dramatic, large-scale downfall and the other of quiet, exponential growth from the smallest beginnings, how do they maybe reshape your understanding of profound impact and change? In your own life, perhaps.
Yeah, considering that immense potential held within the smallest of seeds and the little we offer.
What small act, maybe kindness, or perhaps just a tiny step towards a goal you have, What small thing might you consider undertaking today? Undertaking it while truly believing, in its potential to grow into something far greater than you can maybe even imagine right now.